Is it gossip or authentic assessment? It's true. No one likes a gossiper, but research shows that the rumor mill is a good place for parsing out information, especially if the rumor mill is your place of work. Informal communication that can help spread information more quickly than formal channels of communications, like company emails or staff meetings, can be beneficial. I'm sure everybody has experienced this firsthand. A manager makes an important announcement only to find out that half of the company already knew about it. More likely, many knew even before he did. While gossip is frustrating and fraught with negative consequences, it's also a sign of what companies care about. So yes, pay attention, but always consider your source. Ask yourself, what is the motivation behind the information given? Is it just a disgruntled coworker who's mean? Or is the water cooler talk you've been hearing a legendary story that offers valuable insight for navigating your life?
All of my friends are more adventurous than I am. So even though I'd like to travel with them this summer, I'm going to stay home. Ideally, what I'd like to do is helping other people. So I'm volunteering at an old folks' home. So far, this summer has been the most unforgettable experience of my life. At first, I just visited once a week, but spending time with the elderly was the most interesting thing I had ever done. So I wound up going every day. I'd been longing for a meaningful experience, and I finally found it there. What I really loved about going there was talking about all sorts of things with the people I met. Some had traveled a lot, and others had spent their whole lives in my little town. Even so, all of them had gone on such incredible journeys, which included raising kids, learning skills, and overcoming challenges. To be honest, I've traveled to the farmost corners of the world and been on the most incredible journeys through the stories that my friends had told me, both young and old. It's both peaceful and fulfilling, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Neither would my friends, because they know I'll always be there for them when they return.
Excited but afraid to go to college because you spent the last 4 years sleeping through classes? You're not alone. Everyone sleeps through classes, especially during senior year. Dreaming of lazy, hot summer days filled with friends, romance, and tiny parasols garnishing your virgin banana daiquiri glass? There's still time to fill in the gap. Each year, in fact, more and more students are taking a year off between high school and college to enjoy a gap year. And you can too. To be honest, the world needs you, your dreams, your crazy imagination, your curiosity, and your creative ideas. The world needs more artists and poets who don't know it. Yes, college can wait. Even your parents can wait, but the world cannot. See the world now, while you're still young, beautiful, and determined to make a difference. We all want to make a difference and feel like we belong. We all want to give our lives meaning. Don't be afraid to venture into the unknown or explore the landscape of your imagination. As exciting as a year off before college may sound, there are several important questions to ask yourself before pulling the trigger. Will you independently design your gap year or use a professional service? Have you already been accepted by a college? Or will you apply during or after your gap year? Can you earn college credits for your gap year? Here's to minding the gap and making a difference. It matters because you matter. You are the different. P.S. Don't tell your parents I said they can wait.
I have really been struggling with time management lately. It seems like there aren't enough hours in the day. Constantly racing. I spread myself too thin, doing nothing well. Then I feel completely overwhelmed, like I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. A good friend once suggested that I keep a calendar. I have always been reluctant because it was one more thing on my to-do list and one more thing to carry around. But then she showed me how to use the calendar on my phone. I can actually add alerts to it so they go off accordingly. reminding me to stop what I'm doing and move on. It's the best thing ever. I never had the patience to set it up till now, or even to use an old-fashioned calendar because I was constantly racing against the clock. But it was worth taking a little extra time to plan. It actually saves me tons of time because I'm more efficient now, and arranging and prioritizing all the things I have to do and all the things I want to do makes me feel so much happier and in control of my choices and my productivity. For instance, I know that Mondays are usually really hectic at work, so I put workout on my calendar every Monday morning because I generally work late. On the other hand, Wednesdays are usually light work days, so I leave Tuesday nights open to hang out with friends. I also block off several hours on the weekends to work on my true passion, painting. That's when it's really important to use my calendar though, because I can paint all day, every day without stopping. Even though painting is my passion, I'm always more energized and inspired if I set an alert to stop and take a break. Oops, that's my calendar alert. I have to stop writing and move on, but I'll be back.
Once upon a time, there was a very wealthy, very kind king who worried about the future expectations of his kingdom. Concerned about the ambitions of his courtiers, he placed a big boulder in the middle of the road leading to the palace. Curious to see what his roadblock would do to their day's journey, he hid nearby to see if anyone would stop to remove the obstacle from the road. The first people to stumble upon it were some of the king's richest merchants, but instead of moving the boulder, they walked around it. A few even laughed, blaming the king for not maintaining the roads properly. Not one of them, however, attempted to move it, making it easier for those who would surely stumble upon it later. Finally, a peasant whose arms were burdened with heavy vegetables that would later become part of the king's feast came upon the obstacle in his path. Putting his vegetables gently to the side of the road, he made a noble attempt to remove it. It was an extraordinary achievement for any man, let alone this one, and his weariness showed. Gathering up the king's feast, he continued on his way when he saw a satchel in the road where the boulder had been. Covered in dirt, he wiped it clean and looked inside. Blinded by the brilliance of something shiny, he found out it was stuffed with gold coins and a note from the king that read, "To the man who doth pass on a golden opportunity, he has lost his way in the world. To the man who hath helped to improve the human condition, the riches of the kingdom will be yours forevermore. Love, the king."